Hey guys, how's it going? Today when I was on the internet, I've been searching every day, every other day, but I've been looking around on updates of Fright Fest's mazes this year for Six Flags, and they just posted them, I think today, because I looked yesterday, and they weren't on there. So either today or tonight they were posted. But I'm just gonna get right down to it, and I'm just gonna start talking about it. So this year it looks like they're gonna have 5 mazes. So they're gonna have like 3 less mazes than they did last year. But this is probably a better thing, because last year they had like 8 mazes, and like at least like 3 or 4 of them were like garbage. Like Cursed. Unless Cursed is still there, but they don't. But they had Cursed, the Warehouse 13, and then they had the Slaughterhouse. I think Cursed and Slaughterhouse are still there. It doesn't talk about it because I didn't see it on their website, but this article is talking about what they're gonna have this year. I haven't seen it on their actual website, but. Basically, it's talking about the mazes. So it says the best maze of 2011, the Aftermath, returns this season in the former Batman stunt show area with more post-apocalyptic torment and turmoil. This dystopian world of overturned vehicles and nomadic creatures was head and shoulders above anything else at last year's Fright Fest. And they're also talking about how they're gonna make a 100% makeover on the worn-out Willoughby's Haunted Mansion. It's going to be equal to the success of the Aftermath, and not have to, yeah. So we'll see if Willoughby's is going to end up being good again. But for 2012, they're going to have a Black Widow spider maze and a Blackout lights out maze. Black Widow replaces Bite 2, and Blackout is going to be replacing Warehouse 13, which is where Full Throttle is going to be, which is kind of good. Yeah, I think it's a good thing, because the Warehouse 13 was a really weak maze. It was like the absolute worst maze they've had. Like I could say it's the absolute worst maze I've ever been in, like in my life. And one thing, because the size of it is like, it's just really small. There's no room for decoration or actors. It's basically in the line for Logjammer, but basically it's the Blackout maze. It's gonna be a lot better location for a Blackout maze, because it's gonna be all dark. So you're not gonna need to worry about decorating and tons of actors. It's gonna be dark, so they'll probably have a few guys in there yelling and stuff. But other than that, it's just gonna be dark. There's not gonna be anything in there. And then it says that there's Chupacabra, and they say that they're gonna try to help the design a lot more. There really wasn't any design in that maze except for some painted walls, and it was already in the area over by Panda Express that is already kind of like a Mexican style themed. So, but other than that, it really wasn't that themed, and there was really no Chupacabra that I saw. It was just like some dudes like in costumes that they weren't dressed as Chupacabras. They're just like zombie type things, like a Dia de los Muertos thing. Oh, okay. Okay, so this says pretty much everything else from last year. So all the mazes that I didn't name, so Cursed, Slaughterhouse, and what's it called? Jokester's Hideout. So there is going to be about the same amount of mazes. They're going to have about 8 mazes. But it sounds like they're trying to make they're making a better attempt to make it better this year. They're trying to make an attempt to make everything up, not subpar. Instead of having like one good maze, having like a bunch of good mazes. And maybe if I look on their website, they'll have it posted with more detail. This was first, third here. Type in Mountain. Go to the thing. Oh, they have the Fright Fest posted. Oh, okay, so this basically is the website this year. They don't have their own website. They basically just have this article from LA Times. And that's about it. I wish there was a little bit more detail, because last year they had the actual website, and each maze had its own little like backstory section, and each maze they went into detail about what it was about, where it was at, you know, just the good stuff. This kind of just runs through it. I wish they would have their own maze, or their own website for it, kind of like Knott's and Universal, like they did last year. And also, there was talk about a Resident Evil maze, and it doesn't look like that concerns us people in California, because it has no talkings of a Resident Evil maze. It doesn't even mention that. I did see on Six Flags website though, for their events calendar, that one night during Fright Fest they have like a Resident Evil night, which they'll have Resident Evil 6 like fully playable or something like that, and you win prizes. But that website said, the website I went to when I first heard of it said there'd be a maze, so that's completely different than what we were told in the beginning. So that's about it for Six Flags Fright Fest 2012 lineup. So this year's lineup, here, I'm gonna have to get this real quick, this piece of paper. So this year's lineup is going to be Lecter Slaughterhouse, Curse, The Aftermath, Willoughby's Haunted Mansion, Jokester's Hideout 3D, Chupacabra, and Black Widow 2, not Black Widow 2, my bad, Black Widow's Revenge, and the Blackout Maze. So Warehouse 13 and Bite 2 say bye-bye, which Warehouse 13 not too bummed out about, but Bite 2 was pretty good. I would have rather gotten rid of Cursed, but the location for Cursed it's pretty much unusable. Like, all it is it's the line for tidal wave. So kind of the same issue with Warehouse 13. It's just the layout, the footprint of the maze. It's just not very practical for a haunted house. So yeah, that's about it for this video, and I will talk to you guys later if I get any more information, and see ya.